he has really good boxing skills, but he doesn't deploy them primarily defensively. He employs them in order to hurt you. With responsible defense, recognizing when you're aggressive, you're going to get clipped sometimes. This would be one of the most peak kind of amazing tiny weight fights, like below featherweight in the history of boxing.
I think it's the biggest in the modern era.
I'm trying to think of
Under
what
126.
would you get under 126?
Max Kellerman has revealed why Naoya Inoue versus Bam Rodriguez could become the biggest fight in boxing. And this matchup is starting to feel like the kind of dream fight fans simply cannot stop talking about.
When Bam's doing it, he's making you like a kid, and he's stopping you, and he's hurting you. He got the footwork like Shakur, and he's pounding you out like a David Benavidez.
Yes.
We gotta talk about it.
I just want to mention one fighter, because I've compared Inoue and Bam to this guy. I want people to stop him first, and this is why you're sleeping on Usyk a little bit right now. Weight jumping matters when you're challenging yourself. Manny Pacquiao, what division did Bam start in?
105? 108.
108.
Same as Pacquiao.
Pacquiao won his first lineal championship at 112.
And his first title at 108.
And first title, but first time he was the lineal champion. No, he didn't win a 108.
Oh, okay.
No. Lineal title, his first title at 112. Now he doesn't stop at every division. He jumped.
Naoya Inoue is already regarded as one of the most complete and dangerous fighters in the sport. His explosive power, perfect timing, and calm killer instincts separate him from almost everyone competing around his weight class.
Let's talk about Max, that southpaw with that foot outside and taking center control. He does that the whole time, and he makes guys pay off of the step, off of the pin.
And then when he moves in the opposite direction, it's a choice he's making.
Yes.
So he can fight you in semicircles because he can establish the outside foot, move where he wants, turn you the other way. Yes. It's like you don't know where he's coming from. It's like you're fighting.
But Bam Rodriguez is far more than just another smaller name being thrown into the conversation for attention. He is young, technically gifted, fearless, and talented enough to make people genuinely believe he has what it takes to challenge greatness.
They're calling him Bam Bam. He hit hard as hell like the old Bam Bam. When I watch him, I'll just say this. If you're not into boxing, right, you're not into sports, there's certain fighters or certain players, athletes that are so special. If you don't know nothing about basketball, and if I throw on a tape of Michael Jordan, you're like, damn, this dude is different. Right. Football, right? It could be,
Shady McCoy.
Myself, Barry Sanders, guys like look special. When you watch Bam, if you don't know nothing about boxing, he looks.
Max Kellerman clearly sees something special in him. Bam Rodriguez possesses the speed, angles, footwork, and composure that set him apart from most fighters in the lower weight divisions. He is not simply courageous. He has the skill set to make an extremely dangerous fight feel completely believable. Listening to Max, it almost sounds like he is telling boxing fans to stop viewing Bam as the smaller fighter chasing a monster. Bam Rodriguez is an elite talent in his own right, and that's exactly why a fight with Naoya Inoue would feel so enormous.
I don't care that he's going to get a hit because he knows that he's more powerful. He will step right in the pocket and take 2 or 3 to land his
with
2
no
or 3.
panic.
With no panic.
But the difference is, it's not that he's content with taking the shots. He's defensively responsible.
Yes.
Sometimes you're going to get clipped when you're.
Eddie Hearn's comments about Bam Rodriguez add even more credibility to the discussion because he has spent years working alongside elite fighters and knows exactly when someone possesses special ability. Bam is not just winning fights. He is controlling them with skill, intelligence, and a level of composure that makes him appear far beyond his years. That is why Eddie speaks about him as a genuine pound-for-pound talent. Once Naoya Inoue's name enters the conversation, everything becomes even more exciting. Inoue is already viewed as one of boxing's true monsters, but Eddie's confidence in Bam makes fans wonder whether Bam Rodriguez could be the one fighter with the style, confidence, and precision to make that dream matchup genuinely dangerous.
There has been some early preliminary conversations with His Excellency about Inoue against Bam, and I do think that fight is inevitable. I don't think it's going to be necessarily straight after the Vargas fight, but it could be as quick as in the next 2 or 3 fights. It's probably one of the biggest fights in boxing. It's one that Bam likes the idea of, but first things first.
Sean Porter's opinion on Naoya Inoue and Bam Rodriguez leans more toward Inoue, and it is easy to understand why. He recognizes just how rare a fighter like Inoue really is. Naoya Inoue is not only powerful, he is precise, composed, technically brilliant, and dangerous from the opening bell until the final round.
I am inclined to favor Inoue in this fight, even though I haven't seen as much Inoue as I've seen Bam. But the reason why I favor is because the age gap, the size gap. That's big for the little guys. And Inoue is a monster. He's a monster. So I think that Inoue would be the favorite, and on the betting odds and the blah 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 blah. And it's a hell of a fight, but I just feel like there's a gap there. There's a gap there that I don't like.
And just meet at 122. Just Bam comes up.
Bam would be coming because I think Bam said like 114.
Yeah, he 114.
Yeah.
I'm saying if they do fight.
Oh yeah. You got to meet at 122. Yeah, because he's at 126 now.
Oh, he kept going?
I think he's at 126.
Bam Rodriguez is an exceptional fighter as well, bringing slick movement, lightning-fast hands, and a fearless approach inside the ring. Even so, Sean still views Naoya Inoue as the more complete, experienced, and proven fighter at this stage of their careers.
Inoue is on record for saying 126 is as high as he's gonna go. I think he's on record for saying that, but again, once you get there and you see how much more you might have left and blah 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 blah, I do think that that's a hell of a fight.
Yes, I would like to see Bam get more experience.
Bam has to have more experience.
That's the number one thing.
He has to have more strength. Let me say this real quick, and now I think we can get out of here. Strength doesn't mean putting on muscles so that you can hit somebody and clock them. There's strength that you need to withstand what you're getting hit with as well. And Bam has to really build his body up a little bit more, getting in the ring with somebody like Inoue, who has both speed, power, quick, who has the total package. I think Bam has the total package, and he's growing into becoming the total package while Inoue is there now having the total package.
6-year age difference?
Yeah.
6 years.
Let's slow it down just a little bit. Respectfully. I say that with all respect.
Both the guy off the canvas and got the knockout. I love that. So both can be put down, both can be hurt. So we'll see.
That would be a sharp fight.
Barack's perspective on Naoya Inoue and Bam Rodriguez brings a more measured and realistic tone to the discussion. He completely understands why fans are excited about Bam being the young, fearless talent with the skills and confidence to challenge Inoue, but he also appreciates just how dangerous Naoya Inoue truly is.
Nobody's going to give Inoue $20 million, $15 million to fight those guys at 126. Yes, Nakatani's a great fight. It's a matchup we all want to see. I don't think he beats Inoue.
I don't think you want to see it. I don't think you want to see Nakatani versus Inoue.
If you gave me an option, I would say, hell, give him more money to go down to 118 to fight Bam Rodriguez. Give Bam more money. That's the matchup and the name we want to see.
The reason why I don't
Barack,
like it.
let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
If those guys went to 118 with no belts on the line, would it diminish the size of that fight and that matchup?
No, but I'm going to answer the question. I mean, you ain't going to let me, but I'm going to answer it. The size of the fight? No, but it gives a built-in excuse, and I don't like that. What I'm saying is, let Rodriguez build him. They both young. Let Rodriguez build himself up to 122, and then there's no excuses. I don't like a built-in excuse.
Naoya Inoue has already established himself against elite opposition, and the way he controls distance, sets traps, and finishes opponents separates him from nearly everyone else in the lower weight classes. Barack clearly respects Bam Rodriguez's talent, but his analysis makes one thing obvious. Defeating Inoue is not simply about being skilled or fearless. It requires something very close to a perfect performance.
I don't think anybody's going to pose a threat to Inoue but Bam Rodriguez. I don't think either guy.
I agree. I think they're both super special and nobody can beat them. But think about this. If 147 and 140 is 7 pounds different, that's just one weight class. That's the same thing as Bam Rodriguez going from 115 to 122.
But there's
7 pounds. So because there's a weight class in between, it's still 7 pounds. So we can give him time like all of these other guys that went up.
How many pound for pound fighters has Inoue beat that are top 5 pound for pound?
No, we're talking about the lower divisions,
Answer the
man.
question,
we're talking about the lower divisions.
Answer the question.
Probably
None.
Zero.
Not even in the top 10, Barack. Not even in the top 10.
That's okay. So what? We're still talking about weight difference. That doesn't hold any weight. We're still talking about weight difference, and you would rather ask, and you know this in boxing, you would rather ask a fighter to move up than a fighter to move down, right?
And you would rather, unless there's a huge pot of money and we tell one guy, hey,
then he has to decide. Inoue has to decide.
We got $20 million for you.
But look how long he's been at 122 now. He's probably in his mind ready to move up to 120.
Meanwhile, Pound for Pound tweeted, Naoya Inoue and Bam Rodriguez are in preliminary negotiations to fight as soon as the end of 2026 and expect Turkey to send an offer very soon. That report immediately grabbed the attention of the boxing world because Naoya Inoue versus Bam Rodriguez is far more than another big fight. It is a true pound-for-pound showdown. Naoya Inoue is already recognized as one of the sport's most complete and dangerous champions, while Bam Rodriguez has steadily built his reputation as a gifted young champion with remarkable skill, confidence, and fearless ambition. If Turkey enters the negotiations with a serious financial offer, this dream matchup could quickly become one of the biggest lower-weight fights in recent boxing history. The Showbiz also tweeted that Bam Rodriguez had sent Naoya Inoue a strong message before asking, "What's next for Bam? Does he have what it takes to beat Inoue?" One fan replied, "I think many people overlook Bam's technical ability because they automatically associate him with the traditional Mexican style and assume he's just a pressure fighter. They don't fully appreciate what he's actually doing inside the ring." Meanwhile, Sean Zittel offered a bold prediction for the matchup. He explained, "I think he starts cautiously and patiently, figures him out, begins counterpunching, and eventually finds openings between the shots. He'll start landing consistently after losing the first 4 rounds or so before taking control of the fight." Sean isn't suggesting Bam Rodriguez should rush Naoya Inoue or turn the contest into an immediate war. Instead, he believes Bam's best opportunity comes from surviving the early danger, staying patient, reading Inoue's rhythm, and gradually creating openings through intelligent counterpunching. That is exactly what makes this matchup so fascinating. Naoya Inoue is dangerous from the very first bell, but Bam's greatest chance may come through patience, angles, timing, and resisting the temptation to force the action too early. If he can navigate those opening rounds without absorbing the decisive shot, the fight could become far more competitive than many people expect. Sean continued by saying, "Inoue, while dominant, has been in some difficult fights and has been dropped by left hands. Bam is a southpaw with an outstanding left hand. He throws punches from different angles, has already fought through a broken orbital bone, and is the fresher fighter entering his prime. Inoue remains great, but he may no longer be at his absolute peak." Those comments present a genuine argument for why Bam Rodriguez could create problems for Naoya Inoue. Sean is not claiming Inoue is finished or easy to beat. He is simply pointing out that even legendary fighters eventually show small vulnerabilities. Then, when Bam Rodriguez speaks for himself, the entire discussion becomes even more compelling. Suddenly, it is no longer just fans, analysts, and boxing media pushing the idea of an Inoue fight. Bam sounds like a fighter who fully understands the size of the challenge, but refuses to view Naoya Inoue as unbeatable. That confidence is what makes him such a dangerous opponent. He is young, sharp, and entering the stage of his career where elite fighters begin believing they can defeat anyone. Naoya Inoue may still be the division's monster, but Bam's attitude makes it clear that he is not intimidated by the name, the power, or the reputation.
You see Naoya Inoue versus Bam Rodriguez as a 55-45 fight, or maybe 51-49. I just think that if Bam Rodriguez, who in his post-fight interview did say that, he was surprised by the power of Vargas. Well, you know that the power of Naoya Inoue is one of the best in the sport of boxing, especially around those divisions.
Make sure to check out our other videos on the screen.